like Bokwari was also the Minister of Petroleum. You see, they agree, the insatiable greed of these rogues has led to the hyperinflation you are facing today, because there are those who are holding you in the jugular like that. Institutionalized criminality. That's what it is. 7.8 trillion naira paid on subsidy. They say na importation shortages. Listen to the guy who they call the financial secretary of NNPC.
I think there is one fact that I need to make it very clear, that in the last 8 or 9 years, this company, even corporation as it were, has not paid anybody a dime or 1 naira as subsidy. No one has been paid kobo by NNPC as in the name of subsidy. That means no marketer has received money from us by way of subsidy. What has been happening is that we've been importing PMS, landing at a certain price, at a cost price, and government is telling us to sell it at half price. So the delta between that landed price and the half price is what we call shortfall, or call it subsidy. And the deal is between Federation and ourselves to reconcile, and sometimes they give us money, sometimes we do net ups. So there is no money exchanging hands to any marketer or anybody in the name of subsidy. I think there is one
nuisance, Lele.
That's how they treat Nigerians. They believe that they are talking to idiots. And sometimes you can ask yourself, do this guy actually listen to themselves at all? People bring petroleum to Nigeria and the government take it from them and sell it at half price. Importation shortfall. What is importation shortfall? NNPC and their marketers. They go to Malta. They go to all these countries that they bring petroleum from into Nigeria. And when they land in Nigeria, they will calculate how much it costs them to bring that refined product. Then they will have to go to the markets. That is where the NNPC comes in. But did you hear him when he called this company? Baba want to tie NNPC. NNPC is just a front. Like, they sold Nigeria National Corporation, or a corporation. They sold their petroleum corporation. They sold that. And even an average Nigerian, no. They shout, say, I am a proud Nigeria. I am a proud Nigeria. We have to come together and make our Nigeria work. Work for who? For these rogues. How? So I take my fuel to Nigeria. And if I have to put all the cost, everything, which is what they call the landing cost, how much is it going to? How much am I going to sell a liter? Then I'm still going to make my profits. So if the landing cost and everything will cost maybe 1,500 or 1,300, so I can decide to go and sell it for 1,500 due to the floated naira, inflation in your country. Because by the time I discharge all my products, naira for don't reach maybe another. Sure, you get, like, I'm talking like a legit businessman now, right? So Nigerian government will now take it from me to go and sell it for half price. Did you know what he just told you? The guy just, how much is a liter of petrol now in Nigeria? 800, 900. Right. The guy just told you there that you are buying half price. That's what you are calling subsidy. They don't want to call it subsidy. 7.8 trillion naira. Baba, that is 4.5 to 4.6 billion dollars. 4.6 billion. That is not paying for the product. It's just to pay half so that you can buy a liter for 850, 900 that you are buying it. She'll get TNC. You understand now? No? You understand. So, but you understand now. It simply means that the cost of your transportation will still go up again. The price of food will never go down. The price of bread, they are not changing. The price of your medication is not coming down. By this announcement, these guys plan to actually spend in 2 years. They are planning to spend what Bokwari spent in 8 years. Bokwari's government spent 31 trillion naira on subsidy, idiously, like they hid it from you. Most of it, so there's no budget for ammo. But patch, they are further weaken your naira. Say you dey hear? What Bokwari printed? Okay, hang on. Here is another one, right? Bokwari spent 31.2 trillion or so on subsidy in 8 years. And you pay more for fuel, right? Bokwari printed 27.4 trillion naira cash by the Central Bank of Nigeria. With the exchange rate of that time, that is $51 billion. That means the trillion. Show me $80 billion, Jesha. Yeah? I'm going to show me. 27.4 trillion low print. And somehow, every time I remember, Moman was short of word. And that was in 8 years. Now let's come to Kolu. As for Kolu, in 1 year, Kolu don't spend, with the one they make, they announce 7.8 trillion. The one where I don't calculate left, right, and center is over 8 trillion. I can work with 7.8. Let's work with 7.8. 7.8 trillion. And the price of petroleum and all of that increased by more than 400%. Half price, Denny. In 1 year. Multiply that by 4 years. So for me, pay whatever Bokwari did in 8 years, these criminals will not surpass it in 2 years because watching law as the thing they go now. It took Bokwari 8 years to destroy Nigeria Naira, depreciate it or devalue it from 145 naira official, black market 199 naira to $1, to 610 naira official to $1, and 710 naira black market to $1. Odumejo 8 years. In 1 single year, Tifnumbu took that from 710 naira black market to 1,900 naira. It took it from 610 naira official CBN market price to 1,620 naira today, official price, all in 1 year. So you can imagine what it's going to be like in the next So by year, Jack might explain.
All the items that we use in producing all our ingredients are all spiking in prices. Sugar has increased to about 82,000, depending on where you are sourcing it from about 74,000 naira. Ascorbic acid as preservative has increased from about 43,000 to about 80,000 naira. Softener has increased from 800,000 per 20 kg back to about 1.6 million, depending on the type you are buying. Some even as much as 2.8 million for a bag. Yeah, yeast that we used to buy in January this year for about 20-something thousand naira a carton is today about 62,000 naira. All right. Eggs, of course, is going for about 4,008 to 4,005 per crate. Milk, that was 70-something thousand at the beginning of this year, 80-something thousand, is going for about 110,000. These are materials that we use in producing our bread. Salt just increased last week here. Salt that was 11,500 is now 16,000 naira. So you can see that the increase spikes across all our ingredients. And mark you, we have distribution vans. Some of them use diesel and some of them use fuel. Those of them that are using fuel, the crisis in fuel in Nigeria. I just came back from Warri yesterday with my family. I bought fuel in Warri for 950 naira per liter. I came into Lagos, coming here now, There is no fuel anywhere. I drove all the way from Surulere to your studio here now. There is no fuel anywhere. So how do we even distribute our own products? Look at the whole thing. Your costing determines what you do in bread making. So if you don't get the costing right, what does it mean? It means you are going to dovetail into a loss. Your cost must match your revenue. But in our instance, the revenue is disproportionately to the cost. So what do you mean? What does it mean? It tells you that the price of bread will keep spiking because the other ingredients that enables you to produce bread are all going
It's a simple thing. It's a simple math. Just go look at the source. The source is where these rogues are they've already shared your common patrimony even before you even see them. In the years in Nigeria, they produce crude oil. But now here that they take care of them, they know they see them. This is why you can't say it. To the point that Nigeria is so broke, bankrupt, that the company they opened in the name of NNPC is now using NNPC logo and borrowing money for Nigeria. Wait for it too. Since Nigeria no get money since NNPC couldn't remit the money they are making from crude oil to Nigerian Federation accounts, what did they do? They offered to help Nigeria solicit for crude oil for cash loan. I haven't finished. It simply means the future oil exploration in Nigeria, crude oil exploration in Nigeria, they've already borrowed against it for the next 20-25 years. There's some part of Nigeria, amount of Nigerian crude oil that would have to go into servicing debts. The cash they gave these guys to pay people in order to reduce the price of petrol. Subsidy they told you was gone. They were borrowing money to pay themselves the subsidy in your name against your crude oil. Baba, Nigeria to finish. You know why you must run in late all the time that Nigeria to finish. These are the reasons. Because you know something, the guys still have the what do you call it, the kind of power to further wreak more damages. And for any time, that don't have to finish. Somebody said they seize your plane. I mean, we're not like somebody no. On my peak, wale yo koko anywhere to bati ri any. To alo call bit me by. Shangzhou have been gone. Only the northern China. And on my create a colony and a separate place in it. And not only from Nigeria, there are many parts of Africa that they will do the same. But now you are watching them do it because that's what they've done. As we speak, they've facilitated a 3.3 billion from Afrexim Bank. 3.3 billion loan. $3.3 billion loan. That they can't tell you what they've done with the money. They use it to pay subsidy to their friends. And their friends are like, we are just doing our business. But these guys are paying so much money that could actually really build a standard refinery in a single year. I'm just saying. That's how much they are sharing. And they call it subsidy. It goes on like that, and not like that. Because the future, man, it's the future. They told these ones that they should come and buy egg. Government is selling a gas price so that you can go and resell. When they got there, they realized that scam.
ṣé ìjọba nìyẹn á dẹ̀ ní ká fọkàn balẹ̀ ìjọba fúnra wọn mọ́tò wọ́n ta ní 445 ṣé yẹn dáa á dẹ̀ ní ká fọkàn balẹ̀ rẹ́ẹ̀tì ti di 80,000 kẹ́gì òróró ti di 70,000 naira ẹ jẹ́ ṣàánú wa o epo tí wọ́n jẹ́ ṣàánú wa o ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ̀yìn kírẹ́tì ẹ̀yìn 45 kí ló dé 45 ẹ jẹ́ ṣàánú wa ẹjọ́ ṣàánú.
Okay, the condition don't make you white now.
The people that don't white. That time where our eyes black.
Yeah.
But now,
I will leave my house 5 o'clock. I don't go people 3,000. My children want shop. Say that one alive.
You go work from Monday to Saturday. You go fit count 5,000. You go fit count 3,000.
May Hausa come. If Hausa fit do am, we go support. Say you understand? May Hausa come now, we go support.
What about Igbo come?
We go support. We are not doing tribalism. At that time, where our eyes not clear, now we do tribalism.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government we are highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people who are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the knockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger, because some people will be at indoor. There's no a way to make.
Thank you, Jerry. Prof. You don't have to kind of like understand him, but some of us do understand him. There is no magic, When you look at the actions, I said, you don't listen to what they are saying. All you have to do is to look at what they are doing. That's all you need. That is where the answer is. Oh, they said, let's give them time, this or that. But life, a long mortgage, yeah, man. It's so easy. And that's why we kind of agree that a lot of people who have made themselves voluntary slaves, and we do anything and everything to drag everyone into their bigotry that doesn't really pay anyone. Everybody, you see those ones on the street here. I'm not saying that you should take them for the award, though. Don't take them. I'm just saying that I'm just showing you what it is like. Government told them that they are subsidizing food. So subsidizing food for Nigerians who are claiming to be hungry. Now you went to the government stand and you are like, it's even cheaper. What we are selling is cheaper than what the government is offering. So where is the subsidy? Everything is bajue. You just need to pay attention. They told you they built Lagos, Abi. Even you where they live in the shithole, where they live inside that Lagos, you join them. Now, in fairness, because I think we should always remember that, in fairness, the entire Lagos state rejected Tifnumbu and APC. Let's be honest. So that whenever we get carried away, right? When people kind of like scream and complain, we tend to just believe that, oh yeah, every one of you, why are you complaining now? I am guilty of the same, okay? I'm guilty of that. I'm just like, well, face here. And my own reason why I always like let them face it is because I feel like if you're actually struggling and suffering, even if they cheated you, you still have the chance of standing up against them, standing up to them. Sure you get, or die trying, you know? But we all know that people rejected Tifnumbu. They rejected him in front of his own house. They rejected him at the back of his own house. The people of Lagos showed Tifnumbu that if not for a rotten system and Mr. Yakubu, you are nothing. Not even with all of your Agbero, all the people you are giving money to, Papa, they couldn't deliver him. Alimosho local government is the biggest local government in the entire Nigeria, most populated local government in the entire country. Alimosho local government, that's the base of AD, AC, ACN, and then APC in Lagos. Papa, don't let us kind of, some people are trying to change the narrative now that they just wanted that to be like that. Ask them what it took them to actually rig that of Ekiti. Ekiti, that their result came first. Now everything is coming to light. Well, everything was never in the dark anyway. Tifnumbu that is shouting Unlokon, Unlokon. How many states did he win in Yoruba land? How many? So they are loud, but they are in the minority. Without the rotten system that Nigeria presents, majority of those who are parading themselves as leaders or representatives of every region in Nigeria, they will be history. And I'm not kind of, trying to exaggerate here. A working system will get rid of these guys, not their money. But yeah, a rotten system, a compromised system that is deliberately put together that way, I still believe anyway that, if you believe in what they are saying for an inch, you are, I don't know if I should call you a fool so that you won't feel offended. I'm not yet in that zone of kind of offending people this evening because I'm trying to kind of see if even the Abobakus can reason with me, because we are now talking about things that actually affect you directly now and what affects them. Now we are talking about the Ronukus. I think it's time. So today is August 20, right? 20th of August. Sorry to those of you who are watching the replay. So it doesn't matter. The message is the same, okay? August 20th is the Isheshe Day, the Yoruba traditional, and culture day every year. And I'm happy. The majority of the Yoruba states or the Western region declared today as a public holiday. I don't know if a lot of you observed it or not. So I decided to come in my costume, right? I call some, and I wish, number one, I really do wish that those who have the authority to protect the, the tradition of the Yorubas, those who are supposed to display the culture, the tradition that a lot of you have heard about the Yoruba people. They are the criminals of today who have robbed that culture and tradition in the mud. And they have kind of, they have painted an entire race as people, right, who are low thinkers, which is not true. Low thinkers are people with low self-esteem. People always kind of who are losers, right? And they blame other people for their problems. Do you get what I mean now? That's exactly what the rogues who have been in charge of Yoruba land have been. But yeah, the fact that they were able to say, that's fair. So that's where we're going to go next. Before I kind of also tell you another thing about August 20. You do know that, right? Isheshe Day. Somewhere in Lagos, we're at Oniru, right? So they had this kind of like a display. I'll tell you more when I come back. got more, but I think I should say this. The Yoruba culture and tradition and the Omoluabis in the Yorubas, all of this can be found in our language. I don't know what it is like anymore, especially for this generation of young Yorubas. But when people like us were growing up, we were raised to try to be noble. You know what I mean? It is such a thing that every young Yoruba aspired to be noble. And how do you become a noble Yoruba? Being noble means, becoming noble, a noble Yoruba, comes from hard work that a lot of us or our own progenitors they had to show, where people tried and did become the best in every of their chosen field. But when people like us were growing up, we had a lot of people, role models to look up to in different fields: academia, business, research, travel, culture, tradition, royalty. We have a lot of role models that you could